Hello, this is Bevie's World. Welcome. This is my first video, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm a bit awkward. But I promised my friends, mostly on FB right now, that I'd be here. My channel's about stuff that's fun to me, because my life is basically like that. I'm just a big kid. And what I'm going to do on here is mostly cooking. And I like to be adventurous. I always have. And as I've grown older, I've gotten more and more adventurous. Basically, I guess I'll try anything. And that's a good way to look at life because you never know what something's going to be like. So always try a dish or a flavor or anything before you diss it. Basically, Bevie's World is going to focus on plushies and my collectible plush collection, which is pretty massive and is threatening to, take over the entire house. And makeup maybe occasionally, because it's another one of my downfalls or sins and weaknesses. My hammies, which are a ginormous part of my life, as you all know, and cooking. And when I say cooking, I mean basically the last decade or so. If you know me well, you'll know this, but over a decade it took me to learn well how to do Thai and Vietnamese and other Southeast Asian dishes. My love for Oriental dishes came from my mother, who used to take me out to Chinese restaurants when I was younger for the buffets and the stuff, and used to dabble in things like, pepper steak and chicken and broccoli and basically pretty tame dishes. And I took that and took it out of outer space, upped it, and learned dishes from all around the world. And I'm still learning over a decade later. My latest interest is Japanese cuisine, which y'all are going to be learning with me. So I hope to share a lot of my ideas, and know that when you watch us, when you watch me, I'm not going to be doing ingredients that are crazy expensive. I'm not going to be showing you dishes that are done with sea urchin roe and all that kind of stuff. Most of my stuff is going to be economical, pretty easy to work with, mostly good for you. Tonight's meal is kind of an exception. It's a balance in between, and it's a nod to my heritage because we're going to be doing southern food. I'm from North Carolina. I still have the drawl to prove it, even though I've been in the UK for 12 years. So yeah, tonight we're doing, because the kids don't particularly dig bones. You know how kids are, even though my kids are 20. The kids don't dig bones in chicken. So I'm gonna scallopine or, flatten down some chicken breast fillets. And when we get them flattened down and tenderized, we're going to dredge them in seasoned flour and then shallow fry them in a skillet. And with that, we're going to have something called sausage gravy. Now, for those of you from the States, you're going to know what sausage gravy with milk in it is like. It's a creamy, Paul would say more like a sauce than a gravy, because it uses milk. It's very thick, it's very creamy. A lot of times the sausage has a kick to it, it has some spice, and it is to die for. We usually have that on biscuits. And herein lies a problem with today's shopping adventures. We went and looked around in the co-op, and I was thinking, okay, what can I do as a sub for biscuits? Because at this moment in time, I'm not making homemade biscuits. They're an art, and I don't want to screw them up. You have to know what you're doing to make flaky, good biscuits. It's truly an art, and I think it's probably a dying one because of the advent of biscuits in a can where I come from. So easy to buy, so easy to pop in the oven, and they're delicious. So I had this wacko idea, because I get a lot of those, of like just using Yorkshire puddings. So y'all are going to get to see what we have with our Sunday dinners, or what we call our Sunday roasts. And we have a lot of times Yorkshire puds instead of things like rolls or biscuits where you might have, you know, down south where I'm from. Like fried chicken a lot of times is a weekend meal. It's a Sunday meal. Fried chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, that sort of thing. And always the biscuits. But I'm putting the gravy in the puddings. And then we're going to do just some good old down-home mashed potatoes with some garlic butter in them. Corn on the cob with some seasoned butter on it. And I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah. So basically it's just a nod to my heritage tonight. Thought a good foot to start out on. Let's get down with the old Southern girl thing and do my stuff. And I want to give a shout out to especially my ladies from FB. You know who you are. Imani, Mia, Erin, Jackie, and Kate. Get yourself out of the hospital. I love all of you. Hope you enjoy the show.